Welcome everybody to another edition of our Sales Tech Talk, where we discuss great technology to help your sales teams thrive. I'm here with Jay Umrani, Salesforce Optimizer and owner of Bolt Today.
Hi everyone.
We have an honored guest here today from Workfront, Mr. James Chan, Vice President of Global Pre-Sales. Welcome, James.
Hey everyone, I got my hair cut for today, so thank you very much.
Awesome, so good, so good. James, Workfront is an online enterprise platform that allows global organizations to manage their teams. And we're excited to see how it works, but we want to see how you and your pre-sales team makes the Workfront platform work for you. So would you tell us about it?
Absolutely. So just a little bit of a background, right? So we think of our platform as an operational system of record. And what that really means is if you think about all the different systems in an organization, there is a system of record for every piece of important information. Financial, there's SAP and Oracle. Customer data, it's Salesforce. So why not work? I mean, we see work as an important asset and intellectual property of an organization. And I think this pandemic that we're kind of going through really highlights that work inside an organization is super important. And what Workfront does is we serve as that centralized system of record for work for an entire enterprise.
Very cool.
Excellent. So, Steve, I think it sounds really exciting. Can we see this Workfront in action? Can you show it to us?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm going to really share it within the context of how we use it in a pre-sales organization. And one of the key things that we find inside is that, inside an organization, we really have to be connected to one another, right? So like I mentioned, our customer system of record is Salesforce. So when there's an opportunity, it gets entered in Salesforce. But then what happens to the rest of the work? Well, what actually happens is that inside Salesforce, when an opportunity hits a stage, it'll actually kick off a process that sends that information right into our pre-sales organization. And within our pre-sales organization, I can quickly, easily track where I am with each of the different opportunities, right? These are just examples, and we kind of change the names to protect the innocent, all that kind of cool stuff, right? But here I can actually see by different opportunity types, the activities that my team is running, as well as what stage it is inside the sales cycle, which then also gives me visibility into what's kind of going on inside my organization, from the type of work we're being asked to engage in, from staffing conference booths to demo requests to helping out in RFPs. Where are we spending our time in terms of dollars? Is it net new growth or renewal? But then the other key thing that it allows me to do is really get a good feel for my team in terms of their workload. Because one of the key things that we believe is that our people are our most important assets. So I want to make sure that I do not overload them, while I also want to staff the right opportunity with the right pre-sales person. So what we do inside Workfront is here I can take a look at my entire team, from our solution advisors to our technical architects. And these are the different types of works that are kind of coming in. And then based on their skill set as well as availability, we have an engine that automatically says, hey, guess what? Amy's available to work on this opportunity and make suggestions for me. So it takes all the heavy lifting away from me and gives me a head start in terms of my staffing, right? And before this, hey, Jay.
No. I just wanted to say that I was going to ask you this, because if you know, in the recent Salesforce release, summer 2020, they introduced something called queues, right, for salespeople, right, for pre-sales especially, saying that I can assign a task to the queue and whoever is available will pick up the task. Now, to your point, if I want to know the right person picks up my task, because as a sales guy, I don't want to put a task and a wrong person picking it up, right? I have to keep doing different type of queues, and then as a salesperson, I need to understand which queue to assign what, and it can become a mess. So this is a great feature where Workfront is automatically figuring it out. Love that.
I imagine nobody has seen where the salesperson is afraid to sell something because they're worried that implementation isn't going to be able to come through for them. And you've seen the backlog of a pipeline. I mean, that never happens. So I guess we can just move on.
Exactly. But yeah, like I said, so, prior to coming to Workfront, when I was running my other pre-sales teams, I would be in Excel hell, basically. I would have to try to figure out all this stuff. But now I have clear visibility of what's going on, understand what's important, and then have the system automatically tell me, here are the folks that I suggest you work on these tasks, right? Of course, I can override it, but it takes all the heavy lifting out of my hands. Other thing it allows me to kind of do is I'm a very visual person, right? So it now lets me take a look at the calendar view as well. And of course, inside the calendar view, I can kind of take a look at the team, how busy we are. And of course, this actually syncs to G Suite and Outlook and all that kind of stuff. But inside we have that as well. And then finally, once we get kind of work schedule opportunities in place, the other key thing is that we use, templates across our pre-sales team. That way, right, we have a repeatable process in terms of how we approach the demonstration, which then allows me to kind of measure what I call work performance indicators. How effective is my team? Can I reduce the cycle time to the technical win? What are the key things that certain team members are doing that help us get to that technical win? And because I have a centralized place to capture all this information, I can actually measure my work performance of my team as well. And then finally, I have my field-facing part of the organization, but I also have a technical part, right? Our center of excellence. And their job is to really build data sets and kind of help with reports, right? So in there, I have these strategic alignment dashboards that can really help me understand how much time is my team spending on innovation versus operation. How much time am I spending on demo requests versus conference booth requests? Which teams are asking for the most help from us, right? So like, for example, I've noticed that marketing, which is awesome, help us generate, leads, but they're asking in terms of a lot of requests from us coming through the pipe overall. And then I can make sure that my team, as we launch new projects and products and new releases, we're ready to go as well. So I track all our internal work that, kind of gets our field folks ready inside pre-sales, all within Workfront.
Excellent. Okay.
So cool.
And one question I have, and this might be outside what you are showing me right now, but now this is great for you to see. But tomorrow, if I have a project going on with a customer, right? So we have already won the customer. We are in a project delivery with the customer. Can I really use this and log in with the customer and do a weekly 10 minutes review with him rather than creating those reports and, sharing them in emails and all those stuff?
Absolutely. Because one of the key things that I found is, having this centralized system of work really enhances the customer experience. Here's an example. And I'm not saying this happens, but I've seen it happen on occasion, right? So, pre-sales and sales and engage with the customer. We understand the outcomes. Then implementation comes and it says, what do they need, right? So what happens here is that we actually capture all the demonstrations, right? We record everything. We actually capture their requirements. And this makes the handoff to implementation super smooth, right? Because we're all playing off the same playbook, right? And as implementation then creates their projects around different outcomes to help the customer, they then too share these types of projects, right? To kind of say, hey, these are our milestones, right? And imagine if it's, a customer might have an outcome and they're using, this is what I call a milestone report. Now this is sales focused, but imagine if this was a customer. I might have certain milestones that I need to achieve. And what a great way to kind of talk about where we are in terms of your implementation. So again, it's one piece flow from sales all the way to customer success.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's really
cool. That's so good. What's an ideal customer for this?
Yeah, so I think when I think about an ideal customer, I think about, the capabilities or the outcomes that someone might want to affect, right? Mm-hmm. So I kind of thought about maybe 5 different things, right? So if you're an organization that wants to connect strategy to delivery, to iteratively plan and prioritize work, to collaborate across teams to get things done, to measure and report on progress and deliver against that strategy, then you're probably a good candidate to use Workfront.
That means everyone. Who doesn't want that? Right?
Who doesn't want that? That's exactly. No.
So I will tell
awesome.
you, James is not pre-sales. He is a sales. Right?
Right? It's so brilliant. You never guess he was an evangelist for the company. Yeah, that's so good. So what is the best way for someone to connect to Workfront?
Absolutely. So up on our website, it's workfront.com. It's a great way to get in touch with us. And, I would suggest taking our product tour. We're wide open. Take the product tour, get a feel for, hey, how can, and that's a great place to get started.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you. So team, check this out. Workfront is geared for people who have teams all being remote. This season has actually been perfect for Workfront because it's designed to help companies optimize your work wherever they are. So reach out to workfront.com. And James, thank you so much. I really appreciate this time. We just love having you here. Love seeing your cool technology. And hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.